What if you could live forever? Yes, imagine a world where nobody ever dies. This is the concept of immortality, and it's a wild one to wrap your head around. Suddenly, the pressure to live fast, die young, vanishes. You could become a virtuoso violinist, a quantum physicist, and a gourmet chef all in one lifetime. Because guess what? You've got all the time in the universe. And think about relationships. The till death do us part bit is out the window. You could have a new partner or friend every century if you wanted to. But beware, with eternity on your side, boredom might creep in, and emotional detachment could become commonplace. So, while living forever might mean mastering every skill and having endless relationships, it's not all rosy, because when you're immortal, every rose has its thorns. Now, let's dive into the challenges of immortality. And trust me, there are quite a few. Firstly, imagine the strain on our planet. Overpopulation would skyrocket as death becomes a thing of the past. We'd need to implement strict birth control measures or devise alternative reproduction methods to avoid overcrowding. Resource allocation would become a pressing issue. We'd need to determine a fair way to divide resources or risk the world being dominated by the affluent immortals. Boredom might also seep into our endless lives. With an infinite supply of tomorrows, the thrill of new experiences could dwindle. Procrastination could become the norm, as the urgency of now evaporates. The age-old mantra of seize the day might need to be rebranded to seize the eternity. Our ethical and moral compasses would need recalibration. Traditional punishments for crimes, such as life sentences or the death penalty, would lose their sting in an immortal society. We'd need to rethink our definitions of right and wrong and devise new forms of justice. The healthcare landscape would undergo a seismic shift. Instead of curing diseases and prolonging life, the focus would be on maintaining optimum health for centuries on end. Preventative care would be the cornerstone of the immortal healthcare system. Even our spiritual beliefs could be thrown into disarray. Many religions hinge on notions of an afterlife or the soul's journey post-death. Immortality could upend these beliefs, necessitating a spiritual reboot of sorts. In all, immortality isn't a simple extension of life. It's a fundamental restructuring of society, of the human psyche, and of our understanding of existence itself. It's not simply about living forever, but about how we live, how we relate to one another, and how we perceive the world around us. So, as you can see, immortality isn't a walk in the park. It's a labyrinth of potential problems and ethical dilemmas. But what about technology and our personal identity? How would they be affected by immortality? Imagine the potential for technological progress with centuries of accumulated knowledge. Innovation would skyrocket, fueled by long-term collaboration and the wisdom of ages. Space travel, once a sprint, may become a marathon event, with all the time in the universe to explore the cosmos. And what about our own minds? With an eternity of memories, our brains might require some serious upgrades. We'd have to adapt to a constantly evolving identity, shaped by thousands of years of experiences. The concept of self would be fluid, ever-changing. But here's the kicker. The immortality of the body does not necessarily equate to the immortality of the mind. Would our minds be able to cope with the accumulation of millennia worth of experiences? Or would we need some form of cerebral enhancement to handle the sheer volume of our own history? With immortality, not just society but our very sense of self and technological progress would be in a constant state of evolution. So, immortality, a blessing or a curse? It's a tough call, isn't it? Let's do a quick recap. With immortality, the whole live fast, die young mentality would be out the window. You'd have endless time to master, well, everything. Relationships would be forever, literally. But with no death, the emotional stakes might feel different. Societal challenges? Oh, they'd be monumental. Overpopulation, resource sharing, and even redefining punishment for crimes. Healthcare would shift from extending life to maintaining centuries-long wellness, and even our religious and spiritual beliefs could be uprooted. On the tech front, the possibilities are mind-boggling. Long-term collaboration could lead to breakthroughs we can't even imagine right now. And personally, your brain might need an upgrade to handle millennia of memories. That's a wrap on our immortality chat. I'm curious about your thoughts on this, so drop them down in the comments, and remember, stay curious and keep it real. Catch you in the next one.